Abby Ellis approaching 1,000 points, first ever transfer to do it for her career. What did you see in her? What have you just been amazed about, just since you've been her coach?
Yeah, just someone who could score it. Obviously 2 years at Cal Poly scored it. We did a lot of buzzer shots that year. We needed guards. We needed some scoring guards. And thought she could have an opportunity to come in and do that for us. Obviously she has, and hopefully she scores a lot more points here down the stretch.
But she's not the only one on your team approaching a milestone. Janae Terry is also approaching another milestone, being the second player in the Big Ten to have just a ton of assists, rebounds, a lot of stats, just all of the stats. So what does it mean to you to have two players kind of reach those big milestones and possibly the next game?
Yeah, obviously just it speaks to who they are and the success they've had individually. Obviously their teams have had some success, but you're good, Alex. Hey, Kenna. What's special for me is who those two people are. They came in really kind of, Sharon was still here, but kind of committed to me, having never coached at this level. Then Sharon leaves, and those two really believed in who I was, what I was going to try to do here, and they wanted to be a part of it. So for me, to be a part of their special moments is really, really cool. I know senior night's a few weeks away, but it's going to be a pretty emotional one for me.
You guys are winless so far in the Big Ten on the road. Prioritize the home one. How important is it to avoid that and get a Big Ten?
Oh man, yeah, it's obviously been a struggle on the road. And we talked about it yesterday. Just compete, forget winning, forget throwing, throw all of that out the window and just play really, really hard. If we don't play hard tomorrow, we won't win. Northwestern will beat us. We have to play hard. Now, we can't just play hard. We've got to do a lot of things right on both ends of the floor to have a chance to win. But our league is tough, and anytime you go on the road, obviously we're a completely different team at home. We haven't figured it out. I haven't figured out how to help this team on the road, and a lot of soul searching internally on myself, trying to figure out how I can, help lift this team on the road. Our staff is, we're up there in the office trying to figure it out. What can we do differently? What do we have to do? What does it look like for us? I hope tomorrow we just come out as a really hungry basketball team. And see if we can compete really hard.
Kind of a different week than what you're used to, where you have 3 games and you don't get a lot of practice time.
Yeah.
Does this team still need to have some quality practice time?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We're not winning, so yes, we need to practice. There's a fine line. Obviously, the catapult system makes a really good gauge for us on what we should push them and how we should push them. You get home Sunday night from IU. Yesterday we come in and we didn't go very long on the court, but it was pretty intense, pretty intentful too. Obviously today we'll get a little bit more after it, jump on the road, play Northwestern late game. We won't get back till 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. and then we've got to practice that day and prep for Nebraska. So it's a fine line, but we absolutely need practice, so we have been.
So speaking of just stellar players on and off the court, Mary Ashley Stevenson really stepped up for the team this year. I mean, she was named Big Ten Co-Freshman of the Week, and just recently was named Freshman All-American, gotten national Garner recognition. Yeah. So how has she kind of helped your team this year?
I think she's kind of been who we thought she was going to be during the recruiting, a blue-collar, hard-nosed, going to play really hard, going to work to keep getting better. I don't know that anybody does workouts with our staff more than Mary Ashley does during the week, and she's just improved and gotten better. She was getting good looks early in the season, just didn't quite finish those. I think a lot of 2 for 9, 2 for 11. Now she's got the game against Illinois where she's get 25. She goes 7 for 9 against Indiana. So hopefully that can continue to grow. But like, you just talk about a tough kid. Like, breaks her nose, has a great game against Ohio State while breaking her nose. Struggled a little bit at Nebraska, but then responded with 25 and 9 against Illinois in a home game. Surgery the next morning. Tuesday, Thursday, just brutal, tough for her. Friday gets whatever is in her nose removed and comes out and goes 7 for 9 against a top 15 team on the road. So can't say enough about who she is and just how tough the young woman is.
Coach, as far as recruitment is concerned, how rare is it to find somebody of,
Yeah.
you know, that actually is?
Just like blue collar kids, like just not a lot of them anymore. You know, I think we've got some other ones on our team that you haven't quite seen on the court, and it'll matriculate as they continue to grow into their careers. But yeah, obviously you gotta have really talented players to win games, and you know, Mary Ashley's one of those, but she's just all blue collar, just head down, works her tail off. I think a testament to how she's been raised and you know, growing up with a bunch of brothers probably picking on her, and she's just a tough kid.
As far as their leading scores though go, they've kind of got a 1A, B, C.
Yeah.
Is that the way you see it in terms of offensive threat?
For Northwestern?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any given night, it can be anybody, right? Walsh can get it going. Lau has had some big games. Mott has had some big games when allowed, and then they've got some kids on the perimeter who can, you know, they all shoot the three pretty well, about 36%. They got a couple kids who really like the mid-range, the pull-up. So that's not a lot. A lot of teams don't have kids that like the mid-range game anymore. Most teams are three or layup, and they actually have a couple that live in the mid-range game. So similar to Illinois, in that we've got to be able to stay straight up and make them finish tough shots around the rim. But we got to be able to rebound a basketball. Mott's going to crash. Weaver's going to crash from the perimeter. So we got to make sure we're keeping them off the offensive glass. Play really hard, and then we have to knock down shots.
As you continue to recruit, do you buy into that analytical part of its threes or layups? Are you there yet, or how do you? When you look at future recruiting, is that what you're looking for, or you got something else in mind?
No, I want young women who can score at all three levels. You know, I think when you get people who can score at all three levels, it makes really hard guards. Obviously, you're going to have some specialists who are just three-point shooters or a layup like Cass Harden was,
Right.
has been for us. But when you can have you know, a team that can score at all three levels of the floor, it makes it really hard guard.
Now, I remember several weeks ago you were talking about Rashonda Jones, how you want her to score from all three levels and like kind of improve in that area. Have you personally thought that she has improved in that area?
No, she hasn't made a three since January 21st, so not quite expanded the game the way we want, but I think that's probably an off-season ad. She hasn't shot it very much since that game. You know, 0 for 1, 0 for 2, whatever it is, but not really a part of her game, but something that hopefully as she grows and works on in the summer, she can have that.
As far as Madison Layton, just, you know, getting her confidence back, you know, what's going to be the key for her in the coming games? Just trying to, you know, rediscover that, you know, big shot that she had, and, you know, getting.
Yeah, you know, I think you know, the water level usually always, you know, figures itself out, and I think that's, you know, sometimes in the game it can be pretty humbling, and you go through spouts where you just don't shoot it at a high clip. Madison's a great shooter. It'd be a great game for her to get it going tomorrow. I, you know, expect us to see some zone and us to be able to get her some clean looks at it. So, be a really good game for number 33 to make a few threes for us.